I think it's pretty safe to say that this past Monday night on Raw, we got the very first in-ring encounter, the very first in-ring promo from one of the main events of WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia next year. Because last Monday night on Raw, CM Punk had a decision to make. Which brand was he going to land on? Which brand was he going to choose to go towards and finish his story, like he mentioned on SmackDown, which is to finally main event WrestleMania. And he talked about NXT, he talked about SmackDown, but ultimately he chose Monday Night Raw. But before he chose and before he, exclusively signed with Monday Night Raw, out came the current face of the Red brand, the current World Heavyweight Champion, Seth frickin' Rollins. He came out to encounter CM Punk and, well, they told each other their truths. Rollins pretty much told him this is his last chance to make something of himself in pro wrestling, and he wasn't wrong about that because he ruined what he had in AEW, which is why he got fired with cause. And now he's back in WWE, and it seems that because it's WWE, because they are the leader in sports entertainment, it's the number one company, professional wrestling company in the world, CM Punk is willing to do business, but if he messes up one more time, that's it. Phil Brooks gets no more chances. Now, CM Punk's rebuttal to that is that we're not getting this match at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which, again, I am happy about that because a CM Punk versus Seth Rollins match is too big for a Royal Rumble pay-per-view main event. It might work, it might not work, but ultimately, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, after all the history, after all the statements in the past, that deserves to be on the grandest stage of them all. And again, these two are performers who can legitimately put on one of the best matches of all time. And if that's the case, then it has to be at WrestleMania. Will it be for the World's Heavyweight Championship? I'm not sure. But at this point, it kind of has to, in order for it to main event one of the nights at WrestleMania, which is ultimately what CM Punk is looking for. That's the story we're going to be telling with CM Punk. And Punk told him he's going to enter the Royal Rumble match. And if he wins, I know he said when he wins, but if he wins, he might choose Seth Rollins to go after and his World Heavyweight Championship and finish his story at WrestleMania. Again, that might come into play. I don't think Punk is going to win the Rumble. But again, it's a little bit too soon to start on the predictions right then and there, but there's two clear front runners to win that Royal Rumble match right now, and that's Cody Rhodes and it's CM Punk, and they both have a story to finish at WrestleMania, so that's a story for a later day. But for right now, again, I am willing to put money on the fact that CM Punk and Seth Rollins will face off one-on-one for the first time in almost a decade at WrestleMania. And if they do, it should be the main event. And if it's the main event, then it should be for the World's Heavyweight Championship. There is no way around it. I also have reason to believe that is one of the main reasons why CM Punk made his return to WWE. To be a part of the actual spotlight, to be a part of the big leagues. Even though he did a tremendous job in AEW, he put that company over. He did massive numbers merchandise-wise for that company. Every single segment he was in AEW, people paid attention, people paid to see him, and it's no different in WWE. So we'll just have to wait and see if this main event, or when rather, because again, I don't think they're going to veer away from this match for WrestleMania. So it's just a matter of sitting and waiting how things play out. And over the past year and a half, we've gotten used to it. We sat and waited for Sami Zayn to betray the bloodline. This is no different. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, they can sit tight, but eventually they will meet in the main event of WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Hands down, that is one of the main events of the night, especially with the unfortunate injury to Charlotte Flair, which pretty much puts a halt on WWE's plan to have Flair and Bianca Belair for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania. We'll talk about that one later. So with that said, what are your thoughts? What do you think about the in-ring segment, their interaction, their first interaction in almost a decade on Monday Night Raw this past Monday? What are you expecting happens tonight on the Red Brand? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.